I have a feeling is that he's talking about the home plate umpire of squeezing the strike zone and getting it down so small that it's tough for this kid to throw a strike.
Dale Ford out there as well. Well, if Voltaggio didn't know what flavor gum Lou was chewing, he knows now. He came out there like a charging bull.
Well, Lou knew when he came out of the dugout that he was gone, because you cannot go to the home plate umpire and argue balls and strikes. That is an automatic ejection. So Lou knew that he was going to be gone when he left the dugout, but he probably just couldn't take it anymore. Watch this pitch right here. Where is this pitch? Bang. And then you see the reaction of Carmona saying, where was that pitch?
Well, that's what it was. The umpire then came out and looked at the pitcher, and then Lou came out and says, don't show up my pitcher.
Yeah. And then I probably added a few more descriptive adjectives after that. And then went face-to-face with the home plate umpire.
I'd say the chance of that happening probably pretty good. So Lou's been run from the game here in the second inning. It's 3 balls and a strike. And now the pitch to Reggie. Fouled it back, 3-2. Well, we'll see if the message has been received. It's certainly been delivered. And Pinella's been tossed from the ball game.
You know, Lou can only put up with so much of that, and then he explodes. He erupts. I think in the game last night that Bosio may have had a little bit of problems with the strike zone as well.
Now the payoff pitch, 3-2, runners go. Swung on, pop foul back, out of play, off to the left side. They'll have to head back to their respective bags, both Valentin and Vaughn, and we'll do it all over again. How about that? First 2 hitters out on 3 pitches, 16 cents. Both of them walks.
Now Lee Elia will be managing the ball club while Lou watches this one from the clubhouse.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the pitch to Reggie Jefferson. Here she comes. Breaking ball, ball 4. He's walked 3 in a row. And 4 in the game. So Jefferson at first, Vaughn at second. Valentin moves up to third. And now Mike Greenwell, another very difficult left-hand hitter, stands in. He hit the ball hard to right field, and Jay Buhner made the catch back in the first inning. Bobby Cuellar picks up the phone, and the bullpen will start to get busy here. 4-0 Boston, but they're threatening with some 2-out magic here. 3 consecutive walks. Carmona stretching with 2 outs. Way outside. Oh, he almost threw that to the backstop. And now Bobby Cuellar on his way out. Bob Wells begins to loosen for the Mariners. Well, you can tell, Ron, I think you hit it on the head earlier in the ball game. It's maybe a combination of the ballpark, the way the Mariners lost this ball game, his second major league start. All of those things have severely, I think, rattled this young man here today.
Well, he will not be the first nor the last young pitcher to have that happen to him, if that indeed is the case. I have seen many a young ball player come in this ballpark, especially pitchers, and watch the Red Sox take batting practice. And the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, boy, that fence sure is close. And right away, that tells them, I can't make a mistake.
Right.
I can't do, well, as soon as you say, I can't do this and I can't do that, boy, that's exactly what you do. You know, that's like playing golf, and you say, now stay away from the out of bounds on the left.
Yeah, don't hit it in the water.
Don't hit it in the water. Well, what happens is you end up doing that. Well, instead of taking that and saying, okay, here's what I can do. Here's how I can get this guy out. Forget about what you don't want to do. Concentrate on what you can do. And if they can take that approach, I think that will help them better.
So the meeting concludes. 1 ball, no strikes on Greenwell, who really struggled with the stick on the Boston road trip. Hit just 171. But here at Fenway, Greenwell hitting a cool 360. So be careful here. A ball and a strike to Mike. Outside, 2-1. Wells continues to loosen in the Mariner bullpen. Kevin Kennedy wants his team to deliver the knockout blow here. The 2-1. Upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Well, he's going to see a pretty good pitch here. Tim Naring, with a double his last time, waits to hit next.
Don't like this count right now.
No. He's gone 3 balls on the last 4 hitters. And a short hop play at second by Sohill. He'll throw on to first, and the side is retired. Mariners dodge a bullet. 3 straight walks after 2 outs, and the Red Sox failed to score. That's a big momentum switch. Perhaps we'll see if the Mariners can capitalize as we head to the 3rd inning, trailing 4-0. 4-1 your score for Mike Blowers. And he takes a knee-high strike inside corner. Didn't like the call. 0-1 for Mike, who extended his hitting streak to 9 games with a 2nd inning base hit.
Now, Blowers is the kind of guy that teams like to try to jam occasionally. And so Zane Smith may try to do that. Blowers may hit one out.
McFarland tried to frame that pitch. Was unsuccessful. A ball and a strike.
Zane Smith, 1993, had some surgery on his shoulder. Does not have the kind of fastball that he had before the surgery. But he still likes to come inside to right-hand hitters occasionally.
Mike swings and misses.
That was the pitch. That was the pitch that he had to get right there, and he missed it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, another look. Right down center.
Yeah, and you can see Mike trying to get that bat out in front and hook that ball to right field, or to left field. Just a little bit out in front.
May 24th. What a night for Mike. 8 ribbies, the 1-2 to him again. Just missed away. You can see what Zane Smith's doing out there. He's got an excellent idea of how to pitch. As you said, can't overpower you, so he has to hit spots, and so far he's been able to.
And change speeds. And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball just missed. So the count full, 3-2. Mark Newfield waits to hit next. There's Mark. Good job of hitting his first time up. Grounded the ball to the second baseman. Edgar, lead from first. There he goes. The payoff pitch. Swung on. Popped down the right side. Twisting foul and into the seats. Not a sellout this afternoon. The game was sold out last night. In fact, it was the biggest Fenway Park crowd of the year last evening. 33,474 last night. I would guess somewhere in the high 20s this afternoon. A lot of empty seats out in the bleachers in center field.
I think the threat of rain has kept some of the fans away.
The payoff pitch. Again to Blowers. The runner goes. Swung on, ripped deep toward left field. If it's fair, it's gone, but he hooked it foul.
I tell you, just by watching Zane Smith work and knowing how he may want to pitch to Blowers, Blowers got the pitch we were talking about, and he hooked it foul. But that was the thing where I said right there that he just may hit the home run. Well, he got the pitch, and he just hooked it a little bit foul. Didn't quite get it up in the air enough, but boy, he certainly hit it hard enough to get it out of here.
So now you've pulled the pitch that you wanted to hit foul. If you're up there, you've got to bet the farm that he's going on the outer half of the strike zone or outer half of the plate here, don't you?
Well, after coming inside, I'd say yes.
The 3-2. He does, and he ripped it to the shortstop, but Valentin is up and across in time, and the side is retired. But the Mariners get on the board. They score a run on 2 hits. Jay Buhner's sacrifice fly cuts the Red Sox lead to 4-1 after 2.5.
Seattle Mariners baseball is brought to you by Hoover. Nobody gets the dirt out like Hoover. Nobody. And by AT&T Wireless. Introducing AT&T Wireless Services. Technology that sets you free.
4-1 your score. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Mariners trailing here in beautiful Fenway Park. They've out-hit the Red Sox 4-3. Seattle's committed the game's only error so far this afternoon. And Ronnie, Mr. Carmona could use an easy inning here, don't you think?
Yeah, he's thrown 32 pitches in the first inning and 25 pitches in the second inning. Yeah, he needs to have a little 7, 8, 9 pitch inning right here.
He'll have to go through Naring, McFarland, and Chamberlain here in the Red Sox third. Naring doubled back in the first inning. His 12th two-base hit of the year. And there's a strike. 0-1. Carmona got the first 2 men in the second inning with ease, got him on 3 pitches, then walked the next 3 men. Then Lou Pinella was tossed from the game with Reggie Jefferson at the plate. Inside, a ball and a strike. Little looper toward the shortstop and into center field. Fermin couldn't get to it, and Naring fists it into center field for his second hit of the ball game. We'll see if that gets the Mariner bullpen busy again. Didn't hit it hard, but just out of the reach of the Mariner shortstop.
Looks good in the scorecard. Doesn't feel too good with your thumbs.
No, I'll bet not. Well, here's Mike McFarland. How about a double play from this guy? Be nice, wouldn't it? He takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. He really crowds the plate, does McFarland. Last year was hit by 18 pitches. That led the American League.
Yeah, well, he doesn't get out of the way of the ball worth a darn.
Right.
I mean, he just strides straight away, and that's it.
And he's gotten plunked 4 times already this year. He almost got hit there. 2-0. Carmona trying to give himself a little pep talk out there. He trails in the game 4-1. Cloudy, muggy day in Boston. And he's behind 3 balls, no strikes.
McFarland wants to try to pull the ball, and he prefers to hit the fastball. And last night, he got a pitch that he could pull, and he tied the game in the 9th inning.
Taking all the way on the 3-0. It's over for a strike, 3-1.
Well, you talk about the power of Mo Vaughn, who leads the American League with 12 home runs. Mo Vaughn, 10.8 at bats, he hits a home run.
Ball 4. 5th walk of the game.
And I was about to say, Mike McFarland, the same ratio. He homers every 10.8 at bats.
How about that? Bob Wells gets up and starts to loosen again. As Wes Chamberlain stands in, he's 1 for his last 20. Bounce to the first baseman, Tino Martinez, with the pitcher covering to end the 4-run Boston first. Carmona's staggered, but they haven't been able to knock him out yet. But he's playing with fire here again in the Boston third. The young right-hander comes set, and the pitch. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, you can tell that he's quite nervous out there in the mound, because in the minor leagues, everything that they tell you about Rafael Carmona is that he has very good control, doesn't walk very many. Somewhat intimidated by the big boppers.
That's in there, and it's even 1-1.
Funny what double-deck stadiums do to guys.
Yeah, I was going to just ask you, that's got to be the biggest thing for a young player when they first come to the big leagues, is convincing themselves that they're good enough to play at this level.
Yeah, look at all those people up there. There are a lot of them. They're all looking at me.
Now you know what a goldfish feels like, that's for sure. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Wes. Chin music backs them over. 2-1 the count. The Red Sox lead the American League in runs scored. They've scored 193 runs in 32 and a third games. And just think, they've done it without Canseco, without Lee Tinsley, without Mark Witt. 2 balls and a strike. Change up, popped up. Deep toward left, Newfield back to the edge of the green monster, right in front of the scoreboard, hauls it in. And there's out number 1. So 1 out. Runners still first and second, and fans, Metropolitan Savings invite you to enter the second Hit the Road with the Mariners contest. This road trip will take you and a friend to beautiful Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Ohio for the Mariners Indians Series, July 6th through the 9th. The package includes round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and game tickets for the entire Mariners-Indians weekend series. We'll be there. Will you? The deadline for entries is 1 week from today, so head on into any participating Metropolitan Savings to enter. Here's Alicea. And he looks outside. 1 ball, no strikes. An oddball game today. Not nearly the rhythm or the excitement of the game last night. Of course, much of that had to do with the return of Roger Clemens. The 1-0. Popped foul back and out of play to even it up at a ball and a strike.
You're talking about Luis Alicea being expendable with the St. Louis Cardinals and Jose Oquendo. Jose Oquendo is pretty much the same type of ball player as that of Alicea. Both of them are switch hitters.
The 1-1. Almost hit him. Pops away from Wilson. Runners advance 90 feet. Carmona better cover home plate. And now he rushes over there. So wild pitch. And the count of 2-1 now to Alicea. Rafael's trying to fill out every box in the pitcher's column in one game. A balk, a wild pitch, a couple of walks. Has yet to strike anyone out on the afternoon. And a high pitch count. A base hit means a couple of runs here. The 2-1 pitch. Rip just foul past first. 2-2. Yeah, the Cardinals still have Ozzie Smith, although he's been lost for the foreseeable future. He underwent some surgery the last couple of days or so. But they've always had a tradition of terrific infield play.
Well, for a number of years, they've always had a very good shortstop or second baseman.
High pop. Short center field, drifting out Soho. He's got a bead on it. He makes the catch. The runner at third fakes a tag. Naring drifts back, however. And now there are 2 outs. Yeah, I mean, you got Ozzie Smith up the middle for you defensively. You can do a lot worse than that.
And you go back even a few years before that, they had Dal Maxfield, who was an excellent shortstop. And going back even prior to that, they had Marty Marion years ago. They had Dick Groat that played shortstop for the Cardinals. Back even well, a little bit after Marty Marion and what have you in the 60s. They've always had a good second baseman. Red Shandies for a number of years, Hall of Famer.
Tommy Herr.
Julian Javier. Stan Javier's father was at second base. They had some good ball players there with St. Louis.
Back to the top of the order, and Troy O'Leary fouls it off. It's 0-1. But right now, Ronnie, Carmona's living a charmed life.
Yeah, well, he was struggling in that first inning, and he hurt himself. Actually, this should be a 2-1 ball game. Gave up 2 extra runs in the first inning.
Ripped toward right center field. Buhner on his horse. Still going. He won't catch up to it. It's a ground rule double. And 2 more runs score. O'Leary knocks in his 15th and 16th runs of the year. And the Red Sox take a 6-1 lead.
Take a look at it one more time. Fastball right around the knees, and O'Leary golfing the ball into right center field for that ground rule double. That had double written all over it as soon as he hit it.
Well, he's come out of nowhere for Boston to really do a fine job for them, filling in for Tinsley, Witten, and Canseco. He's played all 3 outfield positions for Kevin Kennedy's team. Here's Valentin. He takes a strike.
Been on base 7 consecutive times. 5 for 5 last night. Doubled and walked today.
Six runs, 5 hits, no errors for Boston. 1, 4, and 1 for the Mariners. A 1-strike pitch. Aim sidearm. And he missed with it. 1-1 the count.
You see Valentin digging in, getting a good toe hold. Kind of reminded a few years ago, pitchers would see you do that, and they say, well, now that you've dug a hole, let's see if you fit in it.
I love that. 1-1. Crossfire. Good pitch. Fastball inside corner. It's 1-2. That was one of the big things they used to say about Bob Gibson, right?
Yeah. See the pitch right here? Actually, that was a good pitch for Valentin to hit.
1 ball, 2 strikes to John Valentin. Change up, pop down the right side. Buhner a long way to come. He's there. He's got it. And finally, Valentin and the Red Sox are retired, but not before they scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Another walk hurts Rafael Carmona, and after 3 innings, it's 6-1 Red Sox.
Back and say home run for Babe Ruth.
The historical parallels between Babe Ruth and Ken Griffey Jr. are remarkable. Ruth was a left-hand power hitter. Griffey is a left-hand power hitter. Ruth played for New York. Griffey has been to New York. And, like Griffey, Ruth often wore his cap backwards. Well, not in this picture. Coincidence? I say conspiracy.
Score would go to the 4th inning. Mark Newfield, Tino Martinez, and Dan Wilson will try to get something going against Zane Smith. Hopefully the 2nd and 3rd times through the lineup will provide a bit of a spark here. Mark bounced out to Alicea back in the 2nd inning. And he sends a rocket shot deep center field. Troy O'Leary drifting back. He watches that thing sail over his head. The fans reach up and grab it. What do they call it? A double. Fan interference.
Reaching over the top. Good call by Jim McKean, the second base umpire. The fan did reach over. That did not leave the yard. That would not have been a home run. The fan reaching over.
So a leadoff double. Here's another look.
And it's good to see that young Mark Newfield starting to get an idea up there at the plate. He's starting to come around. And this ball here came very close to leaving the yard. But you can see where the fan reached over. See, that would not have gone out of the ballpark.
Question is, did the fan touch it?
Yep.
Sure did. So runner at 2nd, nobody out for Tino, who struck out on 3 pitches back in his first plate appearance in the 2nd inning. And he rips that one foul past Sam Mejias, the first base coach of the Mariners. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's important to keep track of how many ground ball outs Zane Smith records. He's had quite a few already in the game. We're only in the 4th.
He has 6 so far in the game. Keep in mind that note we had in his first 3 starts for the Red Sox, he had 35 ground ball outs, average just under 12 per game.
2 balls and a strike now.
I mean, that's 4 innings. You don't hit the ball out of the infield. Yeah, that makes it tough to score some runs. You got to make him get the ball up and don't try to pull him.
Tino sends a rocket shot toward left. Greenwell back drifting. Watches that thing bounce off the monster. Rounding 3rd and scoring will be Newfield. Throw into 2nd. Not in time. And the Mariners cut the lead to 6-2. Consecutive doubles by Newfield and Tino.
Boy, has Tino been steady this year or what? Had 2 hits in last night's ball game. Drives in another run here in the 4th inning. He has been very, very steady all year long.
Boy, and how big is that 2-out double last half inning by Troy O'Leary? Instead of a 4-2 game, it's 6-2, but still nobody out for Dan Wilson, who walked and was forced out in the 2nd inning. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. Valentin gobbles that up. Runner to 3rd, and now 1 out.
Once again, try to pull him, and you're going to hit ground balls. Tino went the other way, and he hits it off the monster.
The shortstop, number 10.
There it is. See Dan turning over on that ball, ground ball, pulling it to the left side of the diamond. And there's your ground ball out. 7 outs via ground balls now.
So the runner at 3rd, 1 away, 1 in for the M's here in the 4th. And Fermin looks at a pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
You can pick up another run right here. Just beat the ball on the ground. Ground ball to second, ground ball to short, and the runner from third can score.
Pops away from McFarland, not far enough for the runner to move home. 2-0. Yeah, they'll give up the run for the out.
Right now, take the run. It's only the fourth inning. Makes it a 3-run ball game.
Again, they play Fermin way around toward right in the outfield. The 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Rich Amaral waits on deck. Well, a big inning would be nice here in the fourth. But you can chip away against this guy, and the Red Sox bullpen, despite a terrific performance last night, has not been all that great this year. It's 3-1. Little chopper off the home plate, and that rolls foul. Full count now, 3-2. Same two teams tomorrow. Belcher against Wakefield. Tim 2-0 with the Mariners. Wakefield a microscopic 0.63 earned run average. Boy, what a story Tim Wakefield has been. All that success a couple of years ago with the Pirates, and the 2 games in the National League Championship Series against the Braves, then almost out of baseball. The payoff pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. The Mariners will score a run on the infield ground out, and that makes it a 6-3 game.
There's nothing wrong with that. We said ground ball to short, ground ball to second. They're going to give you the run. Take it. Beat the ball on the ground.
So the 6th RBI for Fermin. 2 in, 2 outs, bases empty, and all of a sudden it's ball game again. 6-3.
Absolutely. Mariners are right back in this game. Amaral hits well here in Fenway. He hits well against left-handers. Doing a heck of a job in that leadoff spot.
0 for 2 today, however, and the pitch to him is low. 1-0. Boy, this guy's versatility really coming in handy for Lou Pinella in the early part of the season. He can play the infield, can play the outfield too. Left field, center field. Can't have too many guys like that. Wes Chamberlain and Wright will put that in his back pocket, and decide is retired. But the Mariners scored 2 runs and cut that Boston lead right back to 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox 6, Mariners 3. What's a gallon of milk?
Gallon of milk, 54 cents is now $2.86. And the postage stamp, 3 cents versus 32 cents.
Amazing. The 1-1. Bouncing ball through the whole left side. Base hit Reggie Jefferson. First and second, nobody out. Boy, they are just singling and doubling us to death.
Number 39. Left fielder.
4 singles and 3 doubles.
Well, we know Reggie Jefferson can get hot. We saw what he did last year with the Seattle Mariners. He had a streak in which no one could get him out. He was batting 700 or 800. Well, he's swinging the bat well in this series. He had 2 hits in last night's game, 2 hits again today, with now 3 RBIs so far in this series.
And here's the Gator, Mike Greenwell, 0 for 2 in the ball game. He has a 4-game streak on the line this afternoon. How about a double play? Mariners have not turned in a 1-2-3 inning yet in this ball game, nor has Zane Smith. It has not been an artistic pitching performance. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second, nobody out for the Sox in the 4th. Bouncing ball, fair ball into the right field corner. Rounding third is Vaughn. He'll score. Heading toward third is Reggie Jefferson. He'll get the green light as Buhner has trouble. Here comes the relay. Won't be made. Sliding into third with a triple is Greenwell, and the Red Sox lead at 8-3.
Well, when your team goes out and score, you have to go out that next half inning and shut the other team down. Well, very quickly, Red Sox picked up the 2 runs that they just gave up to the Mariners.
And still nobody out for Tim Nehring, who's singled, who has doubled, who has scored a run. 8-3, Red Sox have the lead. Infield comes in. Fastball steer, right call. This is really a lot of fun, Ron.
Boy, you've been a good luck charm.
Thanks. I was just waiting for that to come. Breaking ball, that's over. 0-2. Yeah, you guys were zipping right along, then I show up, and I promise I'll win one game. It'd be news, wouldn't it?
I'm trying to figure out how you're going to do that from up here.
I know, the 0-2. Fisted foul back our way.
Also trying to figure out how you can lose a game up here, too.
Folks, forget that. Nice catch by one of the fans in the upper reaches of Fenway Park here. Outside. It's 1-2. Rafael Carmona started, was knocked out after 3 innings, walked 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Now Bob Wells has been tagged for 2 quick runs. And it's 2-2. All the way. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Hideo Nomo of the Dodgers finally won a Major League ball game. Beat Brett Saberhagen. 2-1 was the final score. He went 8+ innings for the Dodgers last night. Gave up just 2 hits and struck out 5. Strike 3 called to Tim Naring. First strikeout recorded by the Mariners pitching staff in this game. 1 out for Mike McFarland.
Number 15, the catcher.
Boy, Hideo Nomo, you see the video clips of him pitching. I don't know how he hasn't had major back surgery. He's a limber young man, the way he twists and turns. They call him the tornado. You can see why they would with that crazy looking windup. Upstairs to McFarland, who's bounced out and walked and scored.
Kind of a long windup.
It hurts just to watch him, to be honest with you.
Sid Fernandez of the Baltimore Orioles has a windup that's almost as long as that.
Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Now, here's a guy that you have to be careful of. Yeah, you can get him out. His batting average is only 220, 225, something like that. But he's the kind of hitter, being a catcher, has a good idea what the pitcher's trying to do, and he figures out what you're trying to do to him. He has the ability to pull a ball and hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's what he did last night. So this kind of guy right here is very, very dangerous.
2 balls in his track.
As I said, you might be able to get him out, but you get him down to a critical part of the ball game, and these are the kind of guys that scare you.
Now something in McFarland's eye. He'll back away. Talk about a clutch hitter. Of course, 5 of his last 7 home runs have come when the game's been on the line. 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. The wave is going in full force here at Fenway. 2 balls and a strike. Swung on, fly ball, right center field. Buhner playing over that way. He'll make the grab. Well, instead it'll be Amaral cutting Buhner off. Tagging from third and scoring is Greenwell. And the Red Sox take a 9-3 lead. Sacrifice fly and 21st RBI for McFarland. Now 2 outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Right fielder, Wes Chamberlain.
We're not exactly zipping along at this point of the proceedings, are we?
Well, no, and I think that's the pitcher falling behind a lot of the hitters.
Chamberlain hits it hard, but lines out. And the side is retired, but Bob Wells comes in, was greeted with 3 straight hits. Gave up 3 runs, and what was a 3-run deficit is back to a 6-run deficit as we head to the 5th inning. The Red Sox lead at 9-3. We go to the top of the 5th, 9-3. The Red Sox have the lead. Luis Sojo will lead it off for the Mariners. He's got a 2-for-2 afternoon going here in Boston. And Zane Smith with the big lead misses with his first pitch. Luis, one of the few guys in Mariner colors smiling today. It's been a rough afternoon so far. The Red Sox with 9 runs on 8 hits. Have really roughed up the Mariners pitching staff so far in this ball game. And a strike call to even it up at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch now. Swung on, lifted toward left. Mike Greenwell drifting back. He's at the scoreboard. That ball's off the green monster. Soho will round to first, head toward second, and slide in again with the double. What a crazy game, Ronnie. Nobody can get anybody out of here today.
Welcome to Fenway. We played a game in here several years ago. Going into the 8th inning, we had a 7-run lead. We scored 4 more times and lost.
Man, those are tough to take, aren't they?
Whoa!
Last 3 Mariner hits have been doubles. And now Edgar Martinez a chance to drive in some runs. Steer, right call. Get the impression that the team that gets 6 straight outs in this game is going to win it.
Yep.
Whoever it is, no matter what the score is right now, you get 6 straight outs, you're going to win the ball game. Alejandro Pena begins to warm up for Boston. Steer, right 2.
Edgar Martinez, one of the few hitters in baseball that when you get him down to 2 strikes, he's still a good hitter. In fact, he's a better hitter. Take a look. He's a better hitter with the count 0-2 than he is with the count 0-1.
Fought that pitch off.
Take a look at that one more time. With the count 1-0, hey, that's good. But look at this, 0-1, dropped down to 274. Then he gets down to 2 strikes. He goes back over 300.
Cue ball shot back up the middle. Alicea can't knock it down. It's a base hit.
What was the count?
0-2.
2-strike hitter. Another base hit. That 306 is going to go up, or 304, whatever it was. That's going to go up even higher.
So Edgar's 2 out of 2 in the ball game. First and third, nobody out for Jay Buhner.
Take a look at this swing.
The right fielder.
That's right off the ground.
Number
Edgar
19.
went down there and
Jay Buhner.
took that right back up the middle.
Take him in the golf scramble.
Got that right.
So Jay with a 6-4-3 double play and a sacrifice fly to his credit is 0 for 1 today. Has knocked in 29 runs for the Mariners. As Ronnie mentioned, 17 ribbies in his last 13 games. Chance for another one here. And it's outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, if you can hit, it doesn't make any difference what you walk up to the plate with. In fact, there was a player years ago, and I don't remember who it was. I want to say this goes way, way, way back. Somebody like Hannes Wagner.
Line drive left field, base hit for Buhner. 9-4 your score. First and second, nobody out here in the 5th.
Look out. Sometimes big innings start very innocently. I think years ago, Hannes Wagner did not order any bats. He just walked by the bat rack and just picked up anything that was there and walked up there and hit.
Baseman.
He didn't care what it was.
Number 16. Mike Flowers.
Kevin Kennedy begins the slow walk out of the Boston dugout.
That's why I think a guy like Junior or Edgar Martinez, doesn't make any difference what they walk up to the plate with. They're going to get their hits, and there's nothing a pitcher can do to stop them.
And I think he's already made the call to the bullpen. Kevin Kennedy standing atop the slab. Real Cormier, the left-hander. Alejandro Pena, the right-hander. And he is going to make the call. It'll be the right-hander, Alejandro Pena. So Zane Smith can't win the ball game.
Boy, he didn't like that.
He didn't work the required 5 innings. He's given up 3 straight hits. But a chance for a big inning for the Mariners. 9-4 your score. Runners first and second with nobody out. This pitching change brought to you by the Money Store, where you can refinance your home and consolidate your bills with just 1 phone call. We'll be right back. Alejandro Pena.
Take a look at the numbers on Pena. ERA a little high for a relief pitcher, 5.75. He's 1-1. signed as a minor league free agent with the Boston Red Sox. Had some pretty good years for the Pirates and also for the Atlanta Braves. So he used to be a very hard thrower. He still throws the ball pretty good, but not nearly as hard as he did a few years ago. And right now we'll be facing Mike Blowers and Newfield to follow. But Mariners, they've got something going here. And like we have said many times, big innings sometimes start very innocently. Double by Soho. Edgar with 2 strikes. Singles back up the middle to put runners at first and third. And then Jay Buhner drove in his second run of the game. And that's the way it stands right now. When Soho scored, runners at first and second. We got something going here.
Nobody out. Zane Smith went 4 innings plus, 9 hits, 2 walks and a strikeout. The runners at first and second, of course, belong to him. More thrills from Fenway throughout this afternoon, and again tomorrow morning beginning at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Game 3 of the series from Fenway Park. Again, it'll be Tim Belcher going for his 3rd win of the year against the knuckleballing young sensation of the Red Sox, Timmy Wakefield. Look at that ERA, 0.63. And we won't ask Ron Fairley how to hit a knuckleball because we know he never did in his career, or at least not very well.
I hit it just like he threw it.
Yeah. Soft, exactly. Exactly. Should be a dandy game tomorrow, so make sure you tune in to Mariner Television Network from Fenway Park. Well, here's Mike Blowers. Has a 9-game hitting streak, extended that back in the 2nd inning. Also hit the ball hard to the shortstop his last time up. And a wicked cut there. 0-1. Now as a hitter, your approach has to change. You're not facing Zane Smith anymore. You're facing Alejandro Pena, so what goes through your mind in the batter's box now?
Well, the first thing guys come in out of the bullpen, first thing they say is you got to come out of the bullpen and throw strikes. Well, what can Alejandro Pena throw for strikes? Fastball. That's the first thing that I would look for off this guy.
The 1-strike pitch, missed high with 1.
Alejandro Pena has never been the kind of guy that can come in. Oh, every now and then he can throw something off speed over the plate. But coming in with runners at first and second, I had to look for the heat and get geared up for it.
Red Sox, of course, would love a double play here. Mike wants to find something he can drive. Big gap in left center again. The 1-1. High and away. 2 balls and a strike. Mark Newfield waits on deck.
You know, and you just assume that major league pitchers can throw strikes. Well, not in every case can they throw strikes. And so Blowers is saying, look, I've been looking fastball all 3 pitches, and I wish you had more ability to throw the ball over the plate. Because I'm looking fastball, and you can't throw one for a strike for me.
Ripped toward left, but right at Mike Greenwell. Boy, he hit that ball hard. But right to the left fielder, 1 out.
Well, Blowers did his homework. That was a good at bat. I mean, unfortunately, he hit a line drive right at the left fielder, but he had the right idea up there. Pena's lucky.
The left fielder.
Here comes another fastball. Blowers.
27.
I tell you what, if he hits a little bit lower on that ball, that's going to be a line drive off the monster or a 3-run homer. Red Sox got lucky.
You talked about that with Greg Maddux earlier in the game. There's 15-20% of the pitches you throw, you need luck.
You need to get some luck up there.
He had some there. Here's Newfield, a double last time up. He also scored 1 of the 4 Mariner runs on the afternoon. That pitch was up in his eyes.
If a pitcher can throw every pitch exactly where he wanted, they'd throw 150 no-hitters a year. Well, they can't do it.
The 1-strike pitch to Mark. Just missed. 1-1 the count. Alejandro Pena spent the last couple of years with the Pirates, had arm trouble, and then they let him go, and the Red Sox scooped him up. Great years with the Dodgers, 3 great years with the Atlanta Braves. He was their closer down south in Dixie. The 1-1. Low and away. It's 2-1. I'll never forget the American League, the National League Championship Series, his confrontation, Pena and Andy Van Slyke, that 12 or 13 pitch sequence where Van Slyke just kept fouling fastball after fastball away, and all of a sudden Pena throws that little changeup in there and Van Slyke took it.
Yeah, and he got it over.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Fastball swung on, rip deep toward left field. Greenwell turns around and waves Drives. Goodbye. Home run, Mark Newfield.
And that's good hitting by Newfield. That really is good hitting. He got ahead in the count. And what has Pena thrown? Nothing but fastballs. Well, you might as well look for. Why would you even think about looking for anything different? And he got the fastball, and bang. We've got a ball game still.
A 4-run inning for the Mariners. Cuts the Boston lead to 9-7. And as you saw for Mark, his first home run of the year, he now has 6 driven in. And Alejandro Pena will get the quick hook as Kevin Kennedy comes on. He'll bring on Real Cormier to face the left-hand hitting Tino Martinez. That ball was really tattooed.
Well, that cleared the netting out there on the Green Monster. Boy, you like to see that when the young players are starting to get an idea on how to apply their talent. A lot of young players that come up to the major leagues today have a great deal of talent. They just haven't learned how to apply it and how to use it to their advantage.
So 9-7 your score. Real Cormier becomes the third Red Sox pitcher. We'll tell you about the young left-hander when we come back to Fenway right after this. Can anybody get anybody out in this game anymore? You got a 9-3.
Keep right on going.
Man, a lot of runs.
Yeah, there he is. There's Cormier's number. Making his 12th appearance of the year. 1-0 record, ERA 3.34. And as we said, sometimes big innings start very innocently.
This young man is French-Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. The Montreal Expos tried to get this guy for a long time. He was originally, I believe, a Cardinal prospect.
Yep, came up in the Cardinal organization.
And Dan Duquette, while the general manager of the Expos tried to get this guy, obviously he was hoping that he would help draw French-Canadian fans to the game of baseball. As Tino greets him with a rocket shot to right center field. That's going to roll to the well. Tino rounds first. He's on his way to second. Here comes the relay. Not in time. 2 doubles in a row for Tino Martinez off the left-handed hurler.
If I were to say one word about Tino Martinez this year, it has been steady.
The catcher, number 6.
A very productive.
Dan Wilson.
Steady.
Man, oh man. Real Cormier greeted very rudely by Tino Martinez. He was born in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. Interestingly enough, he used to spend his off seasons as a lumberjack.
Don't look now. The Mariners have the tying run at the plate.
And it's Dan Wilson representing it. 9-7 your score. 1 ball, no strikes. If you're a fan of great pitching, you have not liked this game. If you like offense, this has been a lot of fun. These 2 teams are like 2 prize fighters just duking it out for the heavyweight championship.
Well, we said left-handers have a rough time winning in this ballpark.
Weak swing there, a ball and a strike. Wilson out of the box. Four runs in the inning, only 1 out. Pick-off play at second, throw, close play, just did get back.
You know, if you're the runner down at second base, the one thing that you look for, the only thing that you have to look at as the pitcher gets on the rubber, is watch his heel. You see his heel come off the ground, you better get back. If his heel stays on the ground, he's not coming back to second base. In this particular case with the left-hander, would be his left heel. That's all you look at. Stays on the ground, he has to pitch.
A cue ball shot off McFarland. The count 1-2. Let's take a look at the Northwest Ford Dealer scoreboard. The American League action. Cleveland leading Toronto 2-0. Baltimore over Oakland 2-1. Oakland really struggling. And the Yankees trying to snap a horrendous 9 out of 10 losing streak lead California 2-1. That game in the 4th inning at Yankee Stadium. Jack McDowell, I believe, pitching in that ball game with his newly shaved head. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out, 4 in for the M's. And the count evens up 2-2.
You can see the left-hander on the mound. And if you're just imagine you're the runner at second base. Imagine that you're Tina. Take your lead, and all you do is watch his left heel. If that comes off the ground, he's got to pick his foot up to turn around to throw. Then you have to get back. Otherwise, stays on the ground, he's going to pitch.
Wilson swings and misses. Oh boy, Alicea was breaking toward the second base bag when Cormier threw that pitch home. Red Sox got a big break, and there's the second out of the inning.
The shortstop.
Here's Fermin, the shortstop, 0 for 2 with an RBI.
Felix Fermin.
That came back in the 2-run 4th inning. 9-7 our score. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Line drive, base hit left field. Here comes Tino around third. He's going to score. Fermin heads towards second as Greenwell tries to dig it out of the corner. He just does. It's a stand-up double and a 5-run inning. 9-8 your score. Second RBI of the game for Fermin.
Is this a good ballpark to hit in or what?
Oh, man. I got to tighten the seatbelt on the redhead. He's ready to jump down and grab some lumber himself.
I'm telling you, you come in this ballpark, you have to feel very hitterish. You got to say, give me a bat. I want to play in this game. Look at this pitch right here. Breaking ball, out of the plate, right down low, and Fermin just wails on it.
I don't know how you hit that ball.
Just dropped the head of the bat on it.
Man, right down the third base line. Third double of the inning for the M's, and it's a 1-run game. A little soft fly ball, short left field. Greenwell charges, can't make the play. Here comes Fermin around third. Here comes the throw, and he's a dead duck. The ball was hit softly, but Greenwell was able to charge, and Fermin was thrown out easily at home plate. But still a very profitable inning for the Mariners. 5-run score on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. They leave a runner stranded, and as we move to the bottom of the 5th, it's only a 9-8 Boston lead. Alicea to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. A 9-8 Boston ball game. First pitch swinging, he pops it up short left field. Mark Newfield is over, and 1 pitch, 1 out here for the Red Sox in the 5th inning. That is only, Ron, the 2nd time in this game the Mariners have retired the first man in an inning.
It's amazing how many times you get that leadoff man aboard, how many times he scores. I guarantee a pitching coaches around baseball are aware of that. Most important pitch, the first pitch. Most important batter, the first batter. The pitch to Troy O'Leary is low. The Mariners have recorded now 4 straight outs. In this ball game, that's quite an achievement for either team. Swung on, short pop center field. Amaral is there. He tests the wind with the right hand, reaches up, makes the one-handed grab. There's out number 2. Said earlier, you get the feeling in this kind of ball game, the team that gets 6 straight outs is going to win. May take a little more than that, but I like the chances if you can get a couple of innings without giving up a couple runs. I don't want to be redundant, but too many times I've seen teams score early in games, and you say, oh, well, listen to this game. We're have no chance to win this one. And the next thing you know, bam, you get beat.
Here's John Valentin, 1 for 2 today. He looks at a strike from Bob Wells. It's 0-1. We're only in the bottom of the 5th inning. Breaking ball. Ooh, just missed. The count evens a ball and a strike. This guy last night Boy, what a night for John Valentin as that pitch bounces up there. 15 total bases for Valentin, who was tremendous.
Look how many Red Sox have hit 3 home runs in a game. 13. That's a high number.
The 3-1. It's strike. Actually, it was the 2-1 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, pardon me, to John Valentin. Swung on, line drive center field. It might be a 1-2-3 inning, and it is. Write that down in your scorebook, folks. That is the first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Wells with 3 harmless fly balls to the outfield shuts down the Red Sox in the 5th. We're looking for some more offense when we come back to Fenway. It's 9-8. Red Sox leading heading to the 6th.
The Boston Red Sox.
Down 6 heading into the top of the 5th inning. They've pulled to within 1. 9-8 our score as we move to the 6th inning. And fans, the Mariners want to team up with you to create a memorable night at the ballpark. The Mariners will roll out the red carpet for your group of 40 or more while you enjoy preferred seating and your name in lights. To book your special group night at the Kingdome, call a Mariners account executive at 206-343-4600. Luis Sojo, who doubled to open up the 5th, leads off the 6th. And he backs away from strike 1. Zane Smith started for Boston, departed after giving up 6 runs in 4+ innings. Rafael Carmona started for the Mariners. He went 3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, 6 altogether in his 3 innings of work. Now this game in the hands of the bullpens. 1-1 pitch knocked down by Cormier, and he throws him out at first. Good play.
Well, that ball gets by the pitcher. That has a chance to go through.
Number 11.
And that spoils Sojo's perfect day. He was 3 for 3.
Edgar Martinez.
So 1 out, base is empty for Edgar. He's singled his last 2 times up. He scored a run today. Edgar's average up to 355 on the year. Call right down the middle.
Edgar going through one of those streaks that we've seen him get into. He has now 10 hits his last 22 at-bats. Those good hitters put together streaks like that, and they're really tough to get. Well, there's another base hit.
He's 3 out of 3.
Yeah, make that 13 for 23 now.
And again, he was
11 for 23.
And again, behind in the count. Hangs in there and knocks it into left field.
The right fielder.
So the tying run's aboard. And Jay Buhner represents the go-ahead run. Jay is 1 for 2 today, a couple of RBIs, a single. He scored a run. He's hit into a double play. And he's gained 4 points on his average.
Real Cormier does not have the kind of sinker that of Zane Smith. What I'm getting to is you're going to hit more fly balls off of Cormier than you will Zane Smith.
There's one from Buhner. Breaking back on the play originally was O'Leary. Now he recovers and makes the grab in straightaway center for out number 2. So 2 outs. Edgar's still at first for Mike Blowers, who hit the daylights out of the ball against Alejandro Pena, but hit it right to Mike Greenwell.
Yeah, he did everything right up there at the plate.
Mike Blowers.
But he got no credit for it. All he got was an 0 for 1.
1 for 3 today, as you see, a single back in the 2nd inning, extending his career-high hitting streak to 9 games. So far, Mother Nature's cooperated today. We were supposed to have rain showers here in Boston, Mass. Knock on wood, it's been a delightful afternoon. Bit of a breeze blowing Old Glory from right field toward left. One ball, no strikes. Throw to first. See if Mike can put one on the old Massachusetts Turnpike over the Green Monster.
Well, he's starting to swing the bat where he's going to start hitting some home runs. Earlier this year, he was struggling. He was just happy to hit it.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's a frustrating feeling as a hitter, isn't it? I mean, you said earlier you go down to spring training, you start out, you try to have 1 good at bat a game, then 2, then 3, then 4 by the time you break camp. It's still got to be awfully frustrating to think mentally and physically you're ready and then play 2-3 weeks of a season and realize you're not.
Well, I think a lot of times guys that get off to slow starts, they're mentally not ready. You may feel pretty good, you may think, but when you play on a daily basis in the major leagues, you've got to have a certain amount of junkyard dog in you. You have to have a certain amount of meanness where you turn around and you have a little bit of arrogance where you tell the pitcher, you throw it, I'm going to hit it. I don't care how you throw it, I'm going to hit it hard somewhere.
1-1 pitch low, 2-1.
And I think too many times guys start the season where they don't have that toughness. So what happens is you start the season 0 for 20 and then you say, wait a minute, I'm tired of doing this stuff. And then you do something about it.
Yeah, it's no fun turning left all the time.
No.
Mike with that big jaw plugged firmly in the cheek, awaits the 2-1. Ripped toward right, but foul.
You got to remember the pitchers are going out there, and they have a lot of them anyway. That same toughness that you have to have, that mental toughness, the discipline of saying, I'm going to get you out. I don't care how good of a hitter you are. I don't care how much publicity, how much money you make. I'm going to get you out. And then they go out there and do it. Well, you've got 2 forces meeting. One of them's got to give. And if you're not really mentally prepared and mentally tough enough to go out there and battle those pitchers, they're going to get you out.
Mike asks for time as Cormier takes too much time.
And especially the teams that you do well against. Because during the winter, those pitchers are saying, Caray hit me too well last year. I got to figure out a way to get him out.
No pitcher would say that.
Yeah, well, I'm using that as an example.
2-2. That's low, 3-2.
Yeah.
But I understand your point.
Yeah. And the guys that, if you have a team that you're hitting 100 against, I say, I don't have to worry about that guy. I can get him out anytime I want him. Well, those are the kind of guys that you got to come back and say, hey, I'm not going to let him do that to me this year. And you make your adjustments. Hitting is nothing but adjustment, readjustment.
McFarland wants the 3 pitch. We'll see what it is. The runner goes, and he missed with it. Ball 4. So first and second, 2 outs for Mark Newfield, who hit a 3-run homer his last time up. For Cormier, his first walk.
Number 27, left fielder.
Believe it or not, only the 3rd walk the Red Sox pitching staff has given up in this game.
Well, let's see if Newfield can put together 3 real good at-bats. His first at-bat wasn't a bad at-bat. He grounded out, swung at the first pitch, a little bit too anxious up at the plate. But then he doubled off the center field fence, almost hit a home run straight away center field, and then last time up a 3-run homer. Let's see if he can put together 3 good at-bats.
Popped him up. On the infield, John Valentin is there, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left. And after 5.5 here in Boston, the Red Sox still clinging to a 1-run lead.
Okay.
To lead it off. He rips at the first pitch, slices it down the left field line and foul. No balls and a strike to move on, who's 1 for 1, a couple of walks and 2 runs scored. The top home run man and the top RBI man in the American League. Vaughn with 12 homers, 34 driven in this year. And surprisingly, 8 stolen bases this season.
Yeah, the big guy, not only is he getting a lot of hits and home runs, but that's carrying over. Hey, I can steal a base too.
The 1-strike pitch to him. Ripped toward right body. Hooked or foul. 0-2. So Bob Wells getting ahead of the count. He's retired his last 6 men in order. Boston scored 4 in the first, 2 in the third, 3 more in the fourth. The Mariners with a single run in the third, 2 runs in the fourth themselves, and then 5 runs on 7 hits in the 5th inning. Boston has led 4-0, 6-1, – 9-3. Easy play for Fermin at short. And there's 1 out, 7 in a row retired by Wells. And Reggie Jefferson, the hitter.
Yeah, you saw Wells start to go after that ball, but then he realized where the shortstop was playing, and he let the ball go. Pitchers have to know where the infielders are playing. When the ball is hit, they know whether to go after the ball or let it go and let the infielders handle it.
Well, here's Reggie, 2 for 2, a couple of RBIs, a couple of runs, and he's also walked. 7 straight Red Sox have been retired. Fisted back off the facade of the press gallery here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And one of the things that Lou Pinella talks about when hitting, and that is to get some body movement up there at the plate. Kind of sway back and forth. Look what Reggie's doing. He's swaying that, moving that bat all around, and then going after the pitch.
This young man can hit.
Yeah, the one thing that you can't do is hit from a dead stop position. Look how he's shifting his weight back and forth, getting comfortable, move his hands around, pitcher pitches, go after the ball.
Reggie, Tallahassee, Florida. Big basketball fan, came down to see some NBA games in Orlando this year. Nice young man. Popped him up. But it'll reach the seats. And the count stays 2-2. Mike Greenwell will be the next hitter. 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Boston. 8 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for the M's. The 2-2. Line drive, 1 hop backing up is Soho. He'll make the play from his hip and throw out Reggie. 2 down, 8 in a row retired. And now here is Greenwell, a 5-game hitting streak, tripled home 2 and scored back in the 4th.
Mike Greenwell.
Boy, these guys score some runs, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Mariners themselves have now put 4 or more on the board in 15 straight games. Greenwell sends a drive to the deepest part of the yard. Amaral drifts back. That ball is gone. Home run, Greenwell. Only the 2nd home run for Greenwell this year. But it gives Boston a 2-run lead.
Yeah, there wasn't much doubt about it either. Did he get all of it? Sure did.
And that snaps the 8 in a row retired string by Wells, and Boston up now 10-8. And Tim Naring, a pop foul back our way. The 1-strike pitch outside. 1-1. Ron Valone continues to warm in the Mariner pen. So does Jeff Nelson. The big right-hander gets up. 2 balls and a strike now. The Mariners come in a game and a half behind California. Texas percentage points behind in the West. In the Central, the Cleveland Indians lead Kansas City by 5 games, Milwaukee by 7.5, Chicago by 10. That has to be one of the biggest surprises this year, the fact the White Sox are 12-20. The 2-2 pitch, bouncing ball towards short. Fermin, glove, spins, fires, not in time. An infield hit for Naring.
Said how deep the infield is cut.
The catcher.
See where Fermin goes to make this.
Number 15.
And then from out there, that's shallow center field practically. You're not going to throw anybody out that far away.
And now Lee Elia on his way out. McFarland has been announced. And Lee making a very slow walk toward the mound. Again, Jeff Nelson warming in the Seattle bullpen. Red Sox have won 4 games in a row. They're the hottest team in the American League. They're 21-11. They lead Toronto by 6.5, Detroit and Baltimore by 7. The Yankees are in last place, 7.5 games back entering today's play. Oakland, as we told you, struggling. They've lost 5 straight ball games. And this afternoon, Oakland is trailing again 2-1 in the 5th inning. So Bob Wells will be replaced here in the 6th inning. He's given up a run in this inning, 4 overall on the afternoon, and Jeff Nelson will be summoned from the Mariner bullpen. He'll be the 3rd Seattle pitcher, and we'll see how he fares when we come back to Fenway Park right after this.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners Baseball Club.
10-8 your score. Jeff Nelson becomes the 3rd Mariner pitcher of the afternoon. And Ronnie, this guy's done one whale of a job for Lou Pinella out of that bullpen this year.
Yes, he has. Jeff has done an excellent job. Take a look at that. He's 2-0 this year. ERA 1.47. You can see the number of innings that he has worked. The hits, the base on balls, and the strikeout. Look at the strikeouts compared to the innings pitched. Just under 1 strikeout per inning. Almost sounds a little bit like that of the big unit, Randy Johnson, who's averaging more than a strikeout an inning. But Jeff just a little bit behind him with that regard.
Well, he's the not-so-big unit. He's only 6'8". Randy's 6'10".
Yeah, he's only 6'8". You're right. Jeff with that good breaking ball. There's the big unit. He'll be pitching in a few days down there in Baltimore. And then I believe he will have a chance to pitch in Yankee Stadium, where they're still making some noises about after Jim Larrett's getting hit by a pitch on a 3-0 count from the big unit.
Well, here's Mike McFarland. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He scored a run. He's driven in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 3-run 4th inning for Boston. 10-8 your score. Nelson with that slider. And McFarland fouls it off.
And McFarland not being fooled by that breaking ball. He had that ball timed well. Look at McFarland up there, and talked about Reggie Jefferson rocking back and forth. How some hitters will stand up there at the plate. You see the approach of McFarland. He doesn't move as much as Reggie, but there he is, walking back and forth. That is a timing device, for timing the pitches.
A 1-strike pitch, missed high, 1-1.
You cannot hit from a dead stop position. You've got to be moving. The pitcher winds up, the hitter has to do something to get things going for him also. See McFarland kind of rocking back and forth.
Check swing, actually foul tipped. So McFarland behind 1-2. Mark Engelbrecht someday hopes to aspire to the Senior PGA Tour. Asked a very good question. Is it akin to a backswing in golf?
No, but in a putt it might be akin to a forward press.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
You need something that will trigger and get your stroke started.
Just didn't get a piece there.
See, a lot of the pro golfers, they'll come set and they give you a little bit of a forward press. Then they take the club back and then let it go. Pitcher winds up, hitter has to wind up. Not the same way, but you have to get that body coiled and ready to spring, fly open, and let that bat go.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. We're only in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch. We outside. It's 2-2. Breaking ball bounced weakly towards second. Long run for Soho. He'll throw off balance just in time to retire the catcher. Good job there. He realized who was running and made a fine play at second base. The Red Sox pick up a bit of an insurance run. The long home run by Mike Greenwell extends the Boston lead to 10-8 as we head to inning number 7.
You are watching the very best in family entertainment right here on KEBB Channel 60.
Lower third of the order due up for the Mariners. Tino Martinez, Dan Wilson, Felix Fermin as we. They lead it 10-8. 24 hits combined by these two ball clubs. Tino has doubled twice. He struck out once. Mike Maddox, the veteran right-hander, begins to loosen up. Tino 7 for his last 13 before that ground ball out. So he's red hot.
Okay, fans, it's time for today's U.S. Bank Trivia Quiz. U.S. Bank, for loans in 30 minutes, call 1-800-US-LOANS. Now, today's question is, who is the only player to ever pinch hit for Ted Williams? We'll give the answer in the 8th inning. Who's the manager would even pinch hit for Ted Williams?
Yeah, no kidding. A braver man than I as Dan Wilson stands in.
Number 9. See the 4 numbers that have been retired by the Red Sox organization?
1 ball, no strikes to Dan Wilson. Yeah, they're talking about a new ballpark here. A new multi-million-dollar sports complex for the Patriots football team and the Red Sox baseball team. Actually, it's a bit of a misnomer. It's going to run close to $1 billion.
Yeah, right about $900 million for a stadium. They have a convention center out there across. And the thing is, where the ballpark is all lined up, it's going to overlook the skyline, looking back into downtown Boston. I tell you, the way it's set up, it's absolutely gorgeous.
But so much of the inherent charm of coming to this city is coming to this special little place in the Fens.
I would imagine they're going to build it very similar to that of Fenway. Only bring things up to a little bit to date.
1-1 pitch popped up a mile high on the infield. Alicea waves everybody away and makes the grab. There's out number 2.
Talking about the numbers. 9, 4, 1, 8.
Number 10.
On the facade down the right field line. Number 9, Ted Williams.
Felix Fermin.
Number 4,
Joe Cronin.
Well, there. Joe Cronin.
Bobby
Dorr, just going into Baseball Hall of Fame. What a great guy. And of course, Yaz.
Yeah, they were all pretty good ball players.
No kidding. No kidding.
Outstanding. Here's Fermin. He takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Don't forget Sunday on Mariners Magazine, Dave Niehaus will also have his continuing conversation with the splendid Splinter. And Sunday Magazine, 8:25 on Cairo, 7:10 a.m. His chat with Ted Williams. Got to hear some bits and pieces of those interviews and that conversation. I spoke to Dave the day after he did the interview, and he was still just
sky high,
bubbling after speaking with him.
You can't talk to Ted Williams without being excited.
Steve right called 1 and 2.
He was like that when you talked to him about hitting. I mean, after you talked to Ted Williams about hitting, you felt like you might be the next 400 hitter.
Chopper toward third.
Ted would get up there and he would talk to you about hitting and where you hold your hands and what, you see these. Next thing you know, you say, yeah, I can see that pitch coming. Yeah, here it is. And Ted would, and of course when Ted would describe it, I mean every pitch was right there to hit. I mean, nobody ever made a good pitch to him, not in Ted's eyes. I mean every pitch was right there to hit.
Is it true, the rumor that I heard, that one day he put on one of the great exhibitions of hitting where he could actually see where the mark his bat made on the baseball? He hit like 7 or 8 baseballs here at Fenway Park. Someone asked him if that was really true. Did he go around? No, he did not. 2 and 2. I'd heard that story somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't either, but I know that there was a player that played for the Red Sox and just joined the team, and went in the cage and took batting practice and took 5 swings and then went into the outfield. And Ted walked up to him one day and said, of those 5 swings, which one was the best?
Great. 1, 2, 3. The Mariners go out as Cormier makes another good play. And all of a sudden, it's become a battle of the bullpens. And right now, the Red Sox are winning that and the ball game 10-8 at the 7th inning stretch. 1 as they lead 10-8 after 6.5 innings. Here at beautiful Fenway Park, and fans, the Mariners have teamed up with Drug Emporium to present the Great American Baseball Photo Contest. To qualify, all you need is a photo you have taken which best describes what baseball means to you and your family. To enter the contest, the photo should... All of a sudden, it's become a battle of the bullpens, and right now the Red Sox are winning that and the ball game 10-8 at the 7th inning stretch. 1 as they lead 10-8 after 6.5 innings. Here at beautiful Fenway Park, and fans, the Mariners have teamed up with Drug Emporium to present the Great American Baseball Photo Contest. To qualify, all you need is a photo you have taken which best describes what baseball means to you and your family. To enter the contest, the photo should be brought to any Drug Emporium in Washington State. The deadline for entries is Friday, June 30th, so start snapping today. For more information, call the Mariners office at 206-628-3555.
Pitch hitting for Boston.
Pinch hitter due up now for Boston.
Tuffy Rhodes.
Tuffy Rhodes.
Tuffy Rhodes will lead it off for Wes Chamberlain, who went 0 for 3 today. One ball, no strikes to Carl Tuffy Rhodes. One of the funniest things I've seen last night. 7th inning, he gets a base hit to snap an 0 for 20 streak, and they hand him the baseball. And then, of course, the next time, he struck out. 2 balls, no strikes. So, Jeff, you better get this guy. He's 1 for 22. And that's just his American League totals. And the 2 for 16 he had in the National League. He's really struggling.
Well, the way that Tuffy Rhodes hits the ball, though, this will be a good ballpark for him to hit him, simply because he doesn't pull the ball that often, and he has pretty good power to left center field. Well, that's toward the Green Monster.
Well, last year against the Dr. Dwight Gooden opening day with the Cubs, this guy went 4 for 4, hit 3 home runs, and Grandpa was going crazy. Since then, times have been a little bit more difficult for him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fisted foul back. Sometimes the tendency is to give up on young players. Sometimes you give up on them too soon. An interesting feature in the Boston newspapers today was more attuned to the pitchers, but they call them late bloomers. Players who won 300 games but had the fewest wins after 5 years. All right?
Yeah.
7 names, and I'm going to go in reverse order.
And I'm going to tell you what, they don't become good pitchers until they've had anywhere from 600 to 1,000 innings pitched.
2 balls, 2 strikes. First the pitch. Rhodes, a little chopper towards second. Soho makes the play and throws him out with ease. 1 out here in the 7th inning. All right, 7th on the list, Don Sutton.
He won 300 games.
66 wins. Number 6, Warren Spahn.
Won more games than any other left-hander in the history of the game.
He had 65. 5th, new Hall of Famer, Steve Carlton, 47 wins.
Lefty, great slider, great fastball.
Gaylord Perry, 45. Well, we all know how he won 300.
Yeah, when he finally developed the spitter.
Right. Then Early Wynn, 3rd. He had 39 wins. Number 2, Knucksy, Phil Niekro.
Knuckleball.
31 wins after 5 years. And number 1 on the list, this was surprising when you think about it. Or maybe it's not so surprising. Nolan Ryan had only 29 wins after 5 years. But went on to become maybe, if not the greatest, one of the top 5 greatest power pitchers in the history of the game.
Somewhere along the line, they learned something, didn't they?
Something.
Right about that 5th or 6th year, things started to turn around, didn't it?
With age comes wisdom, right?
That's right. And a good arm.
A ball and a strike to Luis Alicea. He's 0 for 3 today. And he looks at strike 2 from Jeff Nelson, who's very effectively gotten 2 ground ball outs to his second baseman in this ball game.
be interesting to look, but I would venture to say anywhere is between 600 and 1,000 innings pitched before most pitchers understand what they're supposed to do out there on the mound, what they can and what they can't do.
Alicea pops that up. That might be playable for somebody. Wilson sheds the mask, rushing over Mike Blowers in foul ground. He's got it. And there's out number 2 here in the 7th inning. Let's check out the scoreboard, see what else is happening around the American League, brought by your Northwest Ford dealer. Cleveland leading Toronto 3-0 that game in the 7th inning. The Indians with a 5-game lead. Baltimore all over Oakland 8-1. The A's have lost 5 straight. Elsewhere in the American League, California now leading New York 4-2. The Angels can't lose. They're 21-13. What a job Marcel Latchman has done with that Angels team. Other American League scores in a moment. 10-8 your score. Mariners trailing here in Boston. And the first pitch to O'Leary is outside. Actually, the other baseball in the American League is later on tonight. Detroit is at Chicago. Mike Moore against Wilson Alvarez. Milwaukee's at Kansas City. Sparks against Gordon. And at 8:35 Eastern Time, Minnesota's at Texas. Kevin Tapani against Kevin Gross. 2 balls, no strikes. O'Leary reached on an error, has doubled home 2, and he has scored a run. And that got a big chunk of Dan Wilson, and he's shaken up. Maybe a piece of dirt sailed into his eye as that ball ricocheted off it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. There's some dirt thrown up in the air.
Two balls and a strike. 2-2. Well, we thought at the start of this game it had a chance to be a quick, well-pitched affair by both starting pitchers. We expected the hitters to make the pitchers work, and they certainly did. They had to work overtime today. And this has been a war of attrition for both bullpens so far. That's a 2. Ooh, that just bent around the outside portion of the plate. Nelson thought he had him struck out, and I did too. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty in the 7th. Now comes the payoff. Ronnie, were you surprised that the White Sox fired Gene Lamont yesterday?
Yeah, whenever your team's playing lousy, you fire the manager. Can't fire all the players.
And in fairness to him, it's not the same White Sox team. Jack McDowell's gone, Franco's gone, Darren Jackson's gone. 3-2 pitch, he lost him. Joey Cora's gone. So a 2-out walk from Nelson. And John Valentin, the Mariner killer, gets a chance to provide a little more insurance here.
Number 13, John Valentin.
As much as these teams have been wailing away each other on offense, no one has brushed anybody back for the most part today.
You know, when things go bad for a team, and a manager was fired one time, it goes back. Yeah, a new manager came in, and he says, "Let me give you some advice." He said, "First of all, I have 2 envelopes, number 1 and number 2. And he gave them to the new manager. He said, "When things go bad, read envelope number 1. Well, sure enough, things went bad, and guy went and opened the first envelope, and it said, "Blame me," meaning the first manager. Blame me. And if things continue to go bad, read the second envelope. Well, things continue to go bad, and manager read the second envelope. And the second envelope said, "Fill out 2 other envelopes."
Right.
Because you're going to be fired,
right.
You're going to bring somebody else
right.
in. So, you know, it's amazing how smart you are when your team wins and how horrible the manager is when your team loses.
Valentin looks at a slider strike. Nothing in 1, and that's the same really in any sport.
Yeah. If the players execute, you win.
It's that simple. Manager's job is to put players in positions where they can execute.
That's right.
One strike pitch. Breaking ball, ripped toward the gap, right center field. I don't know if anybody can get it. Amaral, diving catch at the warning track. It pops out of his glove, or is that another baseball? No, he caught the ball. Amaral made the grab. What a play by Amaral. And the inning is over. A fan from the outfield threw a ball onto the playing field. And Rich Amaral, another incredible catch in right center field. And that retires the Red Sox in the 7th inning. Another look going out. He had a long way to go to get that ball, and he made a dandy play. We go to the 8th inning. Need some offense right now. 10-8 Boston.
Which is meant to keep the business and residential community.
The Ford F-Series looks great in the showroom, with chrome wheels, tilt steering, power windows and locks, and more. But here in the Northwest, we don't live in a showroom. This F-150's got the stuff that's made it the most popular truck in the
What is it about this game that drives people crazy? A guy makes a great play in the outfield or in the infield, leads off the next inning.
Leads off the next inning. Look at the catch by Amaral to end the inning. And now the leadoff batter here in the 8th inning, Rich Amaral.
Time to get this guy, Rael Cormier. He's settled down a little bit. Has put a couple of goose eggs on the board for the Mariners in the 6th and the 7th. It's the 1, 2, 3 spots here in Lou Pinella's lineup. 2 changes defensively. Tuffy Rhodes stays into the game to play center. Moving from center to right is Troy O'Leary. Cormier begins his windup and then stops it. Young man's pitched all right out of the bullpen. He's given up only 1 run. He's been cuffed around a little bit. 1 walk and 3 hits so far. But his offense behind him has provided him with a little bit of a margin for error. The Red Sox bullpen is busy just in case he falters here in the 8th inning. 1-1. Rich shows bunt, pulls the bat back. 2 balls and a strike. Ripped, just foul past third.
You know, sometimes you can hit a ball right over the bag at third and it'll go down and ricochet off the stadium, those box seats, down the foul line. And the shortstop will run out into shallow left field and retrieve the ball. So you have to be careful. If you hit the ball right over the bag here, they'll throw you out at second base easily. I think the ball go down in the left field corner.
Stan Belinda loosening in the Boston bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball to Valentin. Easy play. He gobbles it up. Oh, and he boots it. E6 on Valentin. Boy, that's as easy a ground ball as you're going to get. And he let it play him. So he nonchalanted that baby, and the Mariners glad to take advantage. That brings the tying run to the plate.
Looked like that ball may have come up just a little bit because it hit his bare hand and then into the glove. And then he couldn't find the handle to it.
Second baseman, Luis
So
Soho.
the first error for Boston in the ball game, and Luis Soho with a 3-for-4 afternoon going stands in here in the 8th inning. 10-8. Red Sox have the lead. This might be the guy Cormier has to get to stay in the game. He'd love a ground ball double play. The Mariners have Soho, Martinez, Buhner, Blowers, and Newfield all due next. They all hit right-handed. That's why Belinda's warming.
Yeah, Soho has a big gap in left center, and he has a big hole between first and second.
Took a shot at right. Popped her foul near the Boston dugout. So he's in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. They're in the 7th now at Yankee Stadium. Angels 4, Yankees 2. Sixth inning at Camden Yards. Orioles 8, Athletics 1, and Cleveland shutting out Toronto 3-0. The Indians sending Dennis Martinez to the hill. He's a perfect 4-0 on the year. The 2-strike pitch. He took a shot at right. Again fouled off. Another fine catch by one of the fans in the skyboxes here. I'm still trying to think of the name of that guy who pinch hit for Ted Williams. We know we owe you the answer to your trivia question.
There's more to it.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Is it a trick question?
No.
Okay.
There's no trick to it.
Okay. The 2-strike pitch. In the dirt, good play, McFarland. Same two teams tomorrow. Tim Belcher, Tim Wakefield.
I'm trying to figure out why you would ever want to pinch hit for Ted.
Well, I don't know. I don't know either.
Maybe that
when did
part of the puzzle.
When did it happen?
I can tell you.
Okay. Find out soon enough here. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way. Chopper toward first. Mo Vaughn has only one play, and Soho advances the runner to second with 1 out.
All right, it's time to answer today's U.S. Bank Trivia Quiz. U.S. Bank for loans in 30 minutes. Call 1-800-US-LOANS. The question was, who was the only player to ever pinch hit for Ted Williams? The answer, Carroll Hardy.
Who?
That's right, Carroll Hardy. Hardy pitched hit for Ted Williams after Williams fouled a pitch off his foot and was unable to continue his at-bat. That's the only way that you're going to pinch hit for that guy right there, number 9. Hardy hit .225 lifetime and was a defensive back for the San Francisco 49ers, 1955.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good trivia question, Mark. And Curtis in the truck fooled us once again. Kevin Kennedy's come out. He's going to make a pitching change. Stan Belinda's going to come on and take over for Real Cormier. The tying run at the plate. It'll be Edgar Martinez and Stan Belinda dueling here in the top of the 8th with only one man out. In the ball game, throws hard, and as you see, has been very successful for this Red Sox team this season.
Yeah, in fact, he picked up the win in last night's ball game. I think he has a 4-0 record. Nevertheless, he's having one of those kind of years, and when you play on good ball clubs like that of the Red Sox, you always have one guy, it seems like, whenever you bring him in, either your team scores runs and he wins, or he holds on, picks up a save. But he's having one of those kind of seasons. I'm not taking anything away from Belinda, because he's a very good pitcher and very tough on right-handed batters. You can see the way he slings the ball up to the plate, and he throws hard enough. But he's going to back some of those right-hand hitters off of the plate.
Well, he's got a bunch of right-hand hitters to face here. Edgar, Jay Buhner, Mike Blowers, Mark Newfield are the next 4 scheduled for Lee Elia. Again, Lou Pinella thrown out of this game in the second inning, arguing when Rafael Carmona was into the game. Arguing about balls and strikes, arguing about Carmona thought he had struck out Reggie Jefferson and gestured where was the pitch, and the umpire took his mask off and walked 3 steps out toward home plate, and Lou took exception to that, ran out, and was obviously upset that the umpire, in his estimation, tried to show up his young pitcher. So Lee Elia and the rest of the gang trying to bring the Mariners back to even keel here. They're down 10-8, and red-hot hitting Edgar Martinez stands in. Edgar is 11 for his last 23. And he's been on base 4 times today with a walk as well. Melinda starts him off with a laser beam strike. There's Coach Elia. Good man. A lot of fun to hang around with. No balls and a strike. Outside, evens it up 1-1. Melinda does have an awkward delivery, doesn't it? Kind of a buggy whip.
Yeah. See that he stands on the third base side of the rubber. So when he drops down sidearm, it's going to be even more sidearm to a lot of right-hand hitters.
The 1-1. Edgar pops it up down the first base side. Long run from Mo Vaughn. I think he's got room to make a play here. Backs up in foul ground, makes the catch. Amaral had a thought of tagging up. So Edgar pops out to first. And now it's up to Jay Buhner to keep the inning alive. Runner at second, 2 outs.
Number 19, right fielder.
Here's the pitch to Edgar Martinez. There's that sidearm slinging type of delivery. Edgar trying to hit the ball to right field, popped it up to first base.
Ken Ryan in the bullpen just in case he might come on and pitch the ninth. We'll see if he does that or not. Here's Jay Buhner. A couple of RBIs today. Jay had 2 RBIs yesterday, so a very productive series so far for the Mariners right fielder. Love to see him launch one here. He looks at a fastball high and outside. 10-8 in the 8th. One ball, no strikes. This is a battle of the goatees as well. Melinda and Buhner both sport the facial hair here. Jay's is not really a full goatee, though. I mean, it doesn't go all the way around. You know, it's kind of a mishmash. Whereas Belinda's is much more defined. See? One ball, one strike. Oh, he had a good pitch to hit and popped it a mile in the air. This thing might bring rain. Who wants it? It's Valentin at shortstop, and the inning is over. Oh, baby, Buhner almost hit that one into the stratosphere. And after the leadoff error by Valentin, the Mariners failed to advance a runner. We've played 7 1/2. It's Boston 10, the Mariners 8.
You are watching KEBB Channel 60 in Yakima.
The 8th, Red Sox by 2, and the M's go to the pen again. The 4th pitcher of the day, Steve Fry, takes to the slab. Steve on the year, 0-1 at 2.25 ERA. He's been terrific against left-handed hitters in his brief stint with the Mariners so far. Lefties just 2 out of 11 against him. And over his career, Fry has held lefties to a .243 average. He'll face 3 in a row here. Vaughn, Jefferson, and Greenwell for Boston in the 8th inning of this afternoon's ball game. Mo Vaughn to lead it off. In the bottom of the 8th, Boston would like a couple more runs just to feel a little bit more secure. Vaughn 1 for 2. He's walked twice. He's singled and scored twice. And if you give him a fastball early on that first pitch, chances are he's going to hurt you with it. So we'll see what Steve comes up with here. He works off the stretch, does the veteran left-hander. Breaking ball to Buhner. 0-1. An inning and a third for Jeff Nelson. 1 walk. Another good job for Jeff. Real Cormier, 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, a walk, and a strikeout. He could be the winner. Vaughn looks at strike 2 inside corner heater. 0-2. A look back at Jim Joyce. Didn't like the call. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, he just missed. 1-2. Good-sized crowd this Saturday afternoon. 27,301. Not a sellout. They had 33,000 plus in the ballpark last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Didn't get the fastball. You saw this guy with the Giants, did you? Steve Fry?
No, he was not with the Giants when I was.
He had gone, or you had gone by then.
I was up with these guys right here, Seattle Mariners, when Fry came over to the Giants. Did watch him pitch. I saw him pitch while he was with the Expos.
Inside corner, strike 3 called. Nice pitch there from Steve Fry. 1 out. And Reggie Jefferson's scheduled to hit. I believe he'll be lifted for a pinch hitter.
Wanted the ball low and outside, got it in.
Boston, number 12.
And it worked.
Rich Rowland.
Crossed up Vaughn. So Rich Rowland will pinch hit here in the 8th inning. Two for 20 is Rowland on the year. And he fouls that off, 0-1. So Reggie Jefferson's day comes to its conclusion. He went 2 for 3 again. 2 for 3 yesterday. Had 1 RBI yesterday, has 2 today. Leo Wan. Outside. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Looking ahead to the Mariners' 9th. Blowers, Newfield, and Tino Martinez scheduled to hit. Bouncing ball to short. There's out number 2. Now the Gator, Mike Greenwell, will be the batter as he strides to the plate. We'll remind you that the Mariner Moose is on the loose and ready to 4-wheel his way right to your party. That's right. The Mariner Moose is available to entertain at your group outing, birthday party, or corporate function. The Moose's summer schedule fills up quickly, so make sure you call the Mariner Moose hotline at 206-628-9401 for more information on how the Moose can make your special event more memorable. Mike Greenwell's had a fine day today. A triple, a homer, 3 RBIs. He scored twice. And he had the game-winning RBI in the ball game last night. Boy, they sure do grow some left fielders here in Boston, don't they?
They've had an outstanding left fielder here in Boston since about 1939.
Pretty good string.
I have to go back and see who the left fielder was before Ted Williams got it.
It'd be an interesting question to find out. Isn't that funny how that works from team to team, though? The 2-0 to Greenwell, foul back. Left field for the Mariners has always been the one spot that they've really struggled to fill.
They've had a good center fielder in Yankee Stadium there for a number of years.
Greenwell, 2 balls and a strike. The stretch and the pitch. Ripped toward right field. So Greenwell 3 for 5 today. Boy, he had an awful road trip, hitting only 171, but has really been cooking here at Fenway Park this year. He has singled, he's tripled, he's homered. All he needs is 1 double to tie Rico Petrocelli for 13th on the all-time Red Sox doubles list. So an insurance run aboard here, 2 outs in the 8th. And Tim Naring, the hitter, he's got a couple of singles, a double. He's also struck out. 18 runs, 25 hits combined by these two teams. 9 walks between them as well, and only 3 strikeouts. One ball, no strikes. Naring, of course, the beneficiary of the Scott Cooper trade. Cooper sent to the Cardinals to play third base. Bouncing ball up the middle, that's a base hit. So Naring with a 4-hit afternoon. And Mike McFarland, the hitter. 2 on, 2 outs.
Number 15, the catcher.
As they say in the NBA, the Mariners need some stops. Second 4-hit game of the year for Tim Nehring. And now McFarland looks to join in the fun. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, a run scored, and a sacrifice fly RBI. Again, same teams tomorrow. Timmy Belcher against Tim Wakefield. Belcher 2-0, Wakefield 2-0. He's the knuckleballing specialist. Should be an interesting ball game tomorrow. First pitch swinging, McFarland bouncing ball to the shortstop. He'll go the short way. Close play. Oh, and they just did get Tim Nehring. He thought he'd beaten the rap, but Soho just got him in time to retire the side. Here's another look. What do you think at home? No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. Bang, bang play. And the umpire calls him out. We go to the 9th. The Mariners need 2 runs to tie here at Fenway Park, and he was out by quite a bit. The Sox go to their bullpen again. The young right-hander, Kenny Ryan. He's their closer of the future. They hope he becomes the closer of the present. This kid really throws hard, but Ronnie, you mentioned during the break, he's a guy that the Mariners batsmen have been able to wrap around a little bit.
Well, they have been able to. He came in relief in a game here last year. The Mariners lit him up pretty good. And he ended up with a win only because the Red Sox scored after the Mariners have taken the lead.
Number 1.
Alex Diaz will come on to pinch hit for Mike Blowers. So Mike ends his day 1 for 3. Diaz, you see his numbers. Oh, what a throw he made in the game yesterday.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
Ken Ryan uncorks a fastball. Ryan. "26 years old, 6'3", 230-pounder. Born in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, so he's a homegrowner. Diaz fights it off, a ball and a strike. Last year, Ryan, 2 and 3 at 244 earning with 13 saves. He saved 15 ball games for the Red Sox. Began his pro career in 1986 in Elmira. Has pitched in Greensboro, Lynchburg, Winter Haven, New Britain, Pawtucket, and Boston. So they got this kid at 18 years old. Now at the age of 26, he's back in Beantown. Two balls, 1 strike. The Mariners need base runners, then they need someone to dial 9 here. The pitch, 3-1, that helps. Mark Newfield is supposed to be on deck. Joey Cora has grabbed a bat, and he stands in the on-deck circle. There's been the one problem for Ryan in the late innings, and you mentioned it against the Mariners. He is prone to be a little wild. And with Diaz and Cora, very small strike zones with which to work. And ball 4. So the leadoff man walks here in the 9th inning, and Joey Cora to pinch hit. So the tying runs at the plate.
And I would think now that Diaz has drawn the base on balls that Cora is going to take a strike. You don't want to help Ryan out right now by helping him.
Number 28.
Swinging at bad pitches.
Joey Cora.
So make him throw a strike.
Here's Joey Cora. Had the afternoon off until now. He stands in for Mark Newfield, who went 2 for 4 with a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and a couple of runs scored. So a good day for Mark Newfield in left field today. Upstairs, ball 1. Boy, he's got to feel like he's got to throw it into a coffee can. Now time is called. John Cumberland, the pitching coach, out to chat things over. 10-8 is your score. Alex Diaz with good speed at first base. Joey Cora, decent speed in the batter's box as well, a switch hitter. And then the left-hand hitting Tino Martinez waiting on deck. Mariners also have Doug Strange and Chad Kruger available on their bench should Lee Elia decide to pinch hit here. 1 ball, no strikes. outside corner. Downstairs, 2-1. Mariners trailed 4-0 in this game. They've trailed 6-1, 6-3, 9-3, 9-8, now 10-8. We're in the top of the ninth. Cora, cue ball shot off McFarland. That hurt the catcher. May have hit him in the left arm. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, those guys take unbelievable punishment.
Like to be a catcher? You got to put up with stuff like that. That may have gone up and hit him in the shoulder. Off the glove, off the shoulder. They take a beating back there, you're right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He fought it off, did Cora. I asked Ronnie before the game, why do they put the catchers in the same corner of the room in the locker room? Is that so they can just show each other, well, I've got this scar, and oh no, that's nothing, I've got this one too. I'd be interested to see if you will offer the fans your response.
No, I won't. You're right, I won't.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ooh, he just missed. It's full now, 3-2. Well, now what do? Do you send the runner here? As the sun bathes Fenway Park.
How about that?
Perhaps that's an omen for the Mariners here this afternoon.
Maybe the sun will shine on the Mariners here.
Fastball away. Now time is called.
And the right fielder, O'Leary, wisely calling time. Saying, I need the glasses.
Well, I give him credit. At least he doesn't wear them on the top of his head or on the bill of his cap like some of the players do these days. He will go in and get them.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, you want to upset a manager is have the sun come out and then not call timeout and then have a fly ball hit to you and then lose the ball in the sun and have it cost you a ball game. Boy, will you get the attention of the manager.
I'll bet.
You might even make a donation to one of your favorite charities at the same time.
Even if you don't have one.
You'll come up with one.
Come up with one very quickly.
You write the check out and we'll fill it out. Yeah, even the manager's got sunglasses on. We'll find a charity to give it to. And I guarantee it'll be the Jimmy Fund here in Boston.
3 balls, 2 strikes. O'Leary has the fashionable eyewear in place. And now Cora ready to go. The payoff pitch, runner goes. Here she is. Ball 4. He walked 2 in a row.
Now that brings up a dilemma. You have the tying runners on. Do you sacrifice the runners on? You have Tino up there, and he's swinging the bat extremely well. So the decision now in the Mariners dugout. Do you sacrifice, play for the 2 runs, or do you let Tino swing away? That's why they get paid the big bucks.
That's right.
Those kind of decisions.
Well, you know, Lou Pinella's up in the runway now somewhere probably. We'll see what the brain trust comes up with here. He was swinging, taking low and away, ball 1. Boy, the Boo Birds really starting to heckle Kenny Ryan. He's hearing it. 2 straight walks here in the 9th with a 2-run lead.
Well, everybody has a team that really gives them a rough time, and what we've seen here, Ryan has a rough time with the Mariners.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss. No, actually foul-tipped it. Mike Maddox up and throwing in the bullpen. No activity yet in the Mariners' pen. A base hit here will stir him, though.
Boy, hit one in the gap in the left center field, and Cora will score.
Tino hit a couple there last night. The 1-1. Change of beauty. Oh, nice pitch. 1-2.
Watch this last off-speed pitch. Dropping it on the outside corner.
Boy, you throw mid-90s and then you drop that thing over. Makes it tough. The 1-2 offering. Curve, did he go? They'll appeal, no swing. It's 2-2. That was close. What do you think?
Nah, he didn't go around.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Boston by 2 in the top of the 9th. Outside, ball 3.
Well, you sent the runners on a 3-2 count when Cora was at Diaz, or a 3-2 count with Cora hitting. Send the runners again? Might want to.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Diaz at second, Joey Cora at first.
If you get a line drive in the infield, you have a triple play and the game's over.
We've seen that happen here before. The pitch swung on, popped up, foul left side, and off the light standard. Now John Valentin did that to us. What hasn't he done to us? July 8th of last year, unassisted triple play.
He hadn't pitched yet. It's about the only thing he had done. He's a good shortstop.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Again to Tino. Here she comes. Fastball swung on, line drive, center field. It is caught. Tuffy Rhodes made the grab. Oh, Tino flirted with that gap and hit the daylights out of the ball. It gets away now as they throw it all over the infield. But no advance by the base runners.
If that ball is a little bit, not much, a little bit more into left center field, they're still running. Tino nailed that one. Red Sox got lucky.
Oh, he pitched that ball against his defense.
They're playing Tino around to pull, and then they're pitching him away and throwing him hard stuff, keeping him in center field into left center field. You're right. I don't understand that.
So now Darren Bragg is going to pitch hit for Wilson. Oh boy, Tino. You can't ask for anything better than that, except for the ball to drop in. So a tough break for Martinez and the Mariners, but we'll see if Darren Bragg can keep things alive here. Runners still first and second, only 1 out. A 10-8 ball game. There's Alex at second base. There's Joey at first. And Ken Ryan just got a big break. We'll see if he makes hay out of it or not. Inside. Doug Strange has grabbed a bat. He'll hit next. Outside. 2-0. He's been behind every hitter.
Yep, Doug, not Doug, but Darren Bragg may not have to swing the bat.
Derek Lilliquist, a left-hander, begins to limber for the Red Sox. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Pretty good strategy here by the M's, bringing in all these left-hand hitters, these switch hitters to face Ryan, but also they're all about the same height. They're little guys. Sometimes tough for those power pitchers to get that ball down. 2-1 the count. Ryan sets. Here she comes. A little chopper. Don't think they'll get 2 out of it. They will get 1. Second and third, 2 outs.
Move the runners up. A base hit still ties the game.
And Doug Strange will be the final hope.
Pinch hitting for the Mariners. Number 12, Doug Strange.
So Strange for Fermin. 2 walks to lead off the inning. Tino hits a laser beam to center that's caught by Tuffy Rhodes. Then a weak infield ground out by Bragg. That brings Strange to the platter with the game on the line. The off-speed delivery missed inside. The umpires in the crowd wanted that to be called a strike. Doug this year 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter. Has 2 of the Mariners' 5 pinch hit RBIs. And all 6 of his ribbies have come from this side of the plate. The 1-0. 2-0. Rich Hammer all on deck. 10-8, Boston the lead. Here in the top of the ninth. Mariners down to their final out.
Well, the one thing the Mariners have been very good at lately, 2 out base hits.
Inside 3-0.
Make him take. And Amaral, in the last few games, has been the hero. He homered against the Yankees in the 12th inning. Next night came up and got a base hit to drive in a couple of runs off of Steve Howe.
The triple pitch over. Make him take again?
No, because he got a chance to tie the ball game, but let him hit right now. Don't put the batter in the hole.
The 3-1 opportunity. Here she comes. Ball 4. He's loaded the bases here in the 9th inning. Three walks for Ken Ryan.
Number 8.
They've already made one trip to the mound. And to the top of the order we go, and Rich Amaral. Rich 1 for 5. Singled back in the 5th inning. A base hit could tie the game. Good speed on the base paths and in the batter's box. Inside corner strike call. You see Amaral's reaction. Again, a huge gap in left center field and down the left field line. Nearing well off the bag at third. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Steer right to call.
Well, this is going to turn out to be a tough at bat for Amaral. But we have seen him many, many times with 2 strikes come through with a little soft single somewhere. So it's not over with just yet.
Well, the crowd rises, hoping Ryan can polish it off here. Nothing in 2, the count, bases juiced, top of the 9th. Bouncing ball, left side, grabbed by Naring, throw to second in time, and the Red Sox hang on and win it. It wasn't artistic, but it was effective as Ken Ryan walks the bases loaded in the top of the 9th. And then gets Amaral to bounce out to end the ball game. The final score, Boston 10, the Mariners 8. Boy, oh boy, Mike Greenwell and company had a big offensive day, and they've won the first 2 games of this 3-game series here at Fenway Park. Again, our final 10-8. Boston beats the Mariners. Totals and highlights from Fenway right after this.